am I trying to say? Hey, this is Megan in the restricted section. Today I'm just going to be talking a little bit about my reading goals and channel goals for 2017. This year is like rapidly coming to a close. I was thinking about some things I want to do for next year and what my reading goals are for next year. 2016 was kind of a cool year for me reading wise because 2016 was the first year in a really long time that I was reading like regularly. I went through like a really epic reading slump when I was in college and then when I was in grad school, and I kind of had a hard time getting back into reading, and so I joined a book club and that helped, and as I was reading more regularly then. But what really helped was Sue and I starting this channel, because it was just Sue's a really good accountability person, and it's really fun to read with her and talk about books with her, and reading is something that I've always really loved. But yeah, after college I just had a really hard time getting back into it. So 2016 was kind of a cool year for me in that regard, because I had set my reading goal for 2016 for 35 books, thinking like, maybe I'm going to hit this, maybe I'm not really sure, I don't want to set myself up to fail. Because I think in 2015 I maybe read like, this is embarrassing, but I maybe read like 12 or 15 books. I didn't read that many books. So I was thinking I'll set it for 35 and see what happens. And then I ended up reading, I think I'm at 58 books right now for 2016. So it ended up being like, it kind of reignited that passion that I had for reading, and it was a really cool year. I read a lot of cool stuff. I kind of rediscovered how much I love reading and how fun it is, and how meaningful it is to me as a person, because it was always something that was meaningful to me even as a child, and throughout, growing up, it was always something that was really important to me. So it was really cool to kind of rediscover that and get back into it. And setting a reading goal really helped me do that. So I wanted to do that again in 2017, but I think I'm going to increase it a little bit, and I'm going to set it at 50 books. I think that's doable. So I'm excited about that. I think I can definitely hit that. Sometimes with doing Booktube, there can be some pressure to read more books so that you consistently have something new to talk about, and you have books, new books that you can talk about in videos and things like that. And so I think people sometimes feel pressured to read more books and not necessarily larger books. And my goal is kind of always to just read whatever the fuck I want, and so I kind of want to keep that going. So if I, have big books I want to read, I'm going to read those, but I'm not going to set a specific goal to do that. And then if I have smaller books I want to read, I'm going to read those, but I'm not going to set a specific goal to do that. So I think I'm just going to read what the fuck I want and try to hit 50 books. And if I don't, I don't. As long as I read quality stuff, then I'm going to be happy with that. As long as I'm enjoying my reading experience, I'm going to be happy with that. So, but 50 books is my goal for 2017. I think it's doable. And I'm excited to see how that goes for me. I'm also going to be I completed the Book Riot's Read Harder Challenge for 2016. And that was actually really fun, and I read some things I wouldn't otherwise have read. It was kind of like a cool motivator, and it was fun to be able to check off the boxes and to read things that I wouldn't have otherwise read. I never would have read a food memoir had I not done the Read Harder Challenge. So I'm going to do that again for 2017. Book Riot's put out the challenges for 2017. So I will post that down below if you guys want to take a look at it, and maybe Sue and I are both going to be doing it, so maybe if you guys want to join us, that would be really fun. I'm going to take a look at the challenges over the next couple of days and come up with a tentative TBR. I did that for the 2016 Read Harder Challenge, but I didn't necessarily stick with it. If I found something that I felt I would enjoy more, or if I heard of, something different that I wanted to read, I changed it. So, but I will probably post my tentative TBR on our Facebook page, and I might do a video about it. So if you guys want to read along with me, read the books that I'm reading, or if you guys have any suggestions, I would love to hear them, because there are some very specific challenges on this Read Harder Challenge. So that would be super helpful. And then it would just be fun to have someone, more people doing it to talk about it with. So I'll post a link to that down below. I'm looking forward to doing that. And then my goal, of course, for 2017, I tried to do this in 2016, and I want to do so even more in 2017, is just to read very inclusively. I want to read books with prominent characters who are people of color, who are LGBTQ. I want to read books with women in strong roles. I want to read books by authors who are not American. So it's my goal to, and I tried to do that a little bit, more toward midway through, I think, 2016 and on, I was trying to do that. And so I'd like to continue that and do it more so in 2017 and just kind of broaden my horizons and be a well-rounded reader. So, and I think that the Read Harder Challenge is a really good tool to kind of help steer in that direction. And the challenges this year, I think is really cool. There's a lot of representation for people of color, for LGBTQ, and for women represented in the challenges this year. So I think that's pretty neat, and I think that'll be a cool tool to help read more diversely, more inclusively. So I'm excited about that. As far as As far as what I'm going to do for the channel, for my personal videos for 2017, it's my goal to be more consistent. I missed a few Fridays. Originally it was my goal to put out a video every Friday, and I missed a few Fridays in 2016 just because I got busy and I didn't plan well enough for that, or because I felt like I didn't have anything to say. I didn't hit every Friday like I wanted to, so I want to be more consistent with my videos in 2017. So I've also come up with a couple of different things I want to do regularly. In 2017, I'm going to have a TBR jar, just because I think that's a great idea. I have a really huge, I'm sure a lot of you do, have a really huge TBR list. And when I finish a book and I look at like, okay, what am I going to read next? I have a fuck ton of books on my TBR. It's a little bit overwhelming. So I think it would be easier just to write them all down and just pull one at random out of there once a month. So I think I'm going to do that, review it. I'll do a video on that every month. And then I also wanted to start a segment. I found this gem. I've talked about this before in our big ass library sale haul, like part 2. But it's called Hotter Blood: More Tales of Erotic Horror. And I just thought it would be fun to, it's a collection of short stories, so I thought it would be fun to read one short story a month and just do a review of it and kind of start like a recurring segment or something. I'm not really sure what I'm going to call it yet, so if you have any suggestions, I would love to hear them, because I don't know yet what it will be called, and then I have something kind of cool planned for that too, so I'll be doing that once a month as well. So those are just some of my goals for 2017 as far as reading goes and as far as the channel goes. I've had a lot of fun doing this in 2016, and like I said, I'm really glad that I kind of rekindled my passion for reading. Yeah, that's going to be it for me today. If you guys have any suggestions or comments or anything, I would love to hear them, so feel free to comment below if you want to. And thank you guys for watching me ramble and talk about nonsense. I appreciate it. I've met some really, really cool people through Booktube, and it's just been a really fun time. So thank you guys for interacting with me, and like I said, for listening to my nonsense. I appreciate it. It's a lot of fun. So as usual, there's going to be some links down below where you can find Sue and I elsewhere on social media. If you're not already subscribed to the restricted section and you would like to, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. But yeah, so that's it for me this week, and I will see you later. Bye!